Dear students, let us understand what is the meaning of franchising in entrepreneurship. Now, what is franchising? Franchising is a contractor relationship between the franchisor and franchisee, in which franchisor offers or is obliged to maintain a continuing interest in the business of the franchisee. The agreement is governed by a contractual agreement which we call franchise agreement. Generally, this runs for a defined period of time ranging from 5 to 20 years. But of course, it depends upon the contractual agreement copy in which the franchisee and the franchisor signs for how much the contract is to be maintained. Now let us understand the terms franchising, franchisee and franchisor. Now franchising, I already told you, it is a marketing system revolving around a two-party agreement. Here the two parties are franchisor and the franchisee, whereby the franchisee conducts business according to the terms specified by the franchisor. Let us see what is franchisee. An entrepreneur whose power is limited by a contractual agreement with a franchisor is called as a franchisee. Now, who is franchisor? The party in the franchise contract that specifies the methods to be followed and terms to be met by the other party. So he is the sole proprietor of the particular franchising. Under this particular franchising, the franchisee takes some liberate rules to run his own business under the agreement of franchisor. Now the terms that generally involved in franchising are: the franchisee will use the franchisor's trade name, the format, the system or the procedures under his license. The franchisee will be able to means to raise the capital and expand his business quickly. Now the franchisor is going to assist the franchisee in marketing, managing, advertising, design of the stores and some standard specifications. Now the franchisee will be able to pay the royalty or license fee or other means to the franchisor. This is the contractual, these are main points under the contractual agreement of franchising. Now let us understand the difference between franchising and distribution. Now, franchising extends to an entire operation or method of business. It has a greater control and assistance with a longer duration, whereas a distributor merely resells the products to retailers or the customers. Let's give a small example here. See, we have McDonald's or Pizza Huts, etc., which are actually having their franchises located in some other part of the world, whereas the stores are being opened, the outlets are being opened in every nook and corner of some places. Now they are called the franchisee agreements. Now, whereas you can see the D-Mart, you can see the other big bazaar, etc., where there are a lot of products being sold for the customers and which have been manufactured by so many number of companies. Like all the products which are given by your Hindustan Lever Limited or Universal Lever Limited are simply sold to the customers from Big Bazaar or some other outlets. This is what is called only a distribution. It is not a franchise. Now here we are given the franchising flowchart. Under this flowchart, we start with the start. Now, a franchisee will be given to a particular successful business concept only. If the business is not successful, no franchisee will come into the franchising agreement. Hence, this is a major part that a particular franchising is going to look after. Now, after the start, now if the company has a successful business concepts, then if there is a S, It's a franchising feasible expansion strategy. Are they going to provide any franchising expansion? If it is yes, then there is a development of a franchise. They are going to open the franchisee agreements. Now the franchisors will set up model outlets, get ready for the franchise to launch. And once it is launched, they are going to franchise and recruit the franchises. This is how the total flowchart will run. Now, if the franchisor does not want to give any franchisee agreement, then the flowchart stops there itself. Or if the business is not successful, then also the franchisee is not going to be having any contractual agreements. Now, let us see about the different types of franchises. Now, totally there are three main types of franchises. One, product distribution franchises, business format franchising, and the management franchising. And let's see one by one in the next slides thoroughly. Now let us see what is product distribution franchising. A product distribution franchisee model is very much like a supplier dealer relationship. That means the supplier will supply the product and the dealer is going to sell this particular product with mere changes. Typically, the franchisee merely sells the franchisor's product. However, this type of franchise will also include some form of integration of the business activities. The example of this product distribution franchise is your famous Coca-Cola company. Now we have given you the next slide with the product distribution franchise. Now the figure shows the Coca-Cola company produces the original concentration of the syrup, and this syrup, the concentration syrup, is being sold to the franchisee, where the franchisee produces the final drink. This particular drink or your retail drink is going to be sold to food and beverage outlets, to the restaurants, to retail stores, vending machine operators, etc. Here the important thing is the produced concentrated syrup, the formula, is not given to the franchisee, where the franchisee is only making that particular syrup to be bottled with some integration of mechanism. Now let us see the second format, business format franchising. In a business format franchise, the integration of business is more complete. That means the franchisee not only distributes the franchisor products and services under the franchisor's trademark, but also implements the franchisor's format and procedure of conducting the business. Some examples are Subway, the KFC, McDonald's, etc. Here, no production techniques are being sent from your franchisor to franchisee. The only procedures are set, and according to the format and the procedures of the franchisor, the products are being built under the franchisee and being sold to them. So total production and layout, distribution, everything is done from the part of franchisee. So the franchisee will be able to make use of the franchisor trademarks. The third and the last one is management franchise. It is a form of service agreement. The franchisee provides the management expertise, format, and or a procedure for conducting the business. Some examples are these are the UPS store, the American Idol, the Hilton, etc. Now what happens in the management franchise is that the service of the franchisor will be typically used by the franchisee at its own geographical area. An example of American Idol. Now it is a format, it is a format, and also it is a format conducting a particular show. The show is being copied and it is being executed in their own way by the franchisee. The only procedures or formats are used in executing this particular format. So this is what is called management franchise. Now let us see what are the advantages and disadvantages of franchising. Let us first discuss what are the advantages. Now, buying the name and the reputation. So when you take a franchising, there is no need for you to advertise yourself and come into the market by spending some particular time. It is the reputation which will work on you when you take the franchise. Established market. So because the franchise is already established and being successfully run, so you are under that particular brand, so your market is technically set to be established. Third, say technical management assistance. So now if you have any problem or if you have any rapport or any government clearances etc., will be taken care of by the franchisor in maintaining your franchisee, and the standard procedures are followed by the franchisee because the franchisor has a contractual agreement which shows that you need to follow the procedures. The quality standards are maintained and the location is being given. The geographic area of your particular franchisee will be given according to the market competition, and you will be provided the facility design, and the returns will be in a quicker fashion rather than developing of your own. Now let us discuss some disadvantages of franchising. The first and foremost thing is you are under the control of franchisor, hence you don't have your independence. So loss of independence is a clear obvious disadvantage. Initially your cost of setting up is very high and you need to pay high royalties and advertising allowances to the franchisor as per your contractual agreement. And under your contractual agreement you have several contractual restrictions. You cannot deviate your particular agreement as per the franchisor's clearance. Inapplicable of advertising. You cannot advertise your own franchisee. You have to be under the brand of the franchisor. And a franchisor can terminate at any time. So under the terminate clause, it is very clear that you need to stop your business as per the agreement or as per the clause. You sometimes may not receive the promised help from the franchisor, and unsuitable products says that you may not be interested in producing a particular product because you need to have what is called a contractor agreement with franchisor. You are forced to make some products which are unsuitable. A lack of competitive advantage of parent company. Now if the franchisor does not provide a competitive advantage, then you will be in a loss. Now here are some points which shows to franchise your business successfully. Now to franchise your business in a successful or in a fruitful manner, now just you can go through these particular questions and answer them according to your particular business. Now do you have a successful business? If it is yes, then you can become a franchisor. Do you wish to see its branches in different corners of the nation? Do you want to increase your brand visibility? Is franchising right for you? Is your business expandable? Will the target audience like your products or services? Well, to achieve this, we don't have to franchise your business. So these are the points which you need to keep in your mind when you are going for franchising your particular brand or your business. So this is what is franchising. Thank you, students.